Hello, and welcome back to Pimpin Positivity Podcast. My name is Alethea Crimmins, also known as Miss HDIC. Y'all, I'm excited about this episode. You know that this is Women's Month, and I am here to celebrate all women. And you have been asking for this episode, so here it is for all my plus-size divas that want to know how to love themselves just a little bit more as they are. Baby, fupa and all, thunder thighs and all. And you said, how do I know how to style me? How do I know how to look good as I am in my body? Well, baby, you ain't got to worry about it no more. You ain't got to worry about it no more. Because listen, I used to be the exact same way. I used to listen to the world. I used to listen to them tell me that I was not good enough. I would listen to them and tell me that I was just supposed to dress a certain type of way. And I didn't love who I was. So I would accommodate to what the world wanted me to be. But baby, listen, not no more, because you see these shoulders. Baby, they are out and they are ready to play. So we gonna show you everything that we know how to style your body as is. Love yourself as is. And baby, I am so excited to introduce you to Miss Angela, baby. She is a diva in her own right, baby. And if she can't teach you how to love and to just stretch your sexy, then baby, I don't know who can. So, Miss Angela, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, honey. I'm so excited to be here, honey, because you know fashion is my passion. Okay. So when you called me, honey, I was like, yes, I'm on my way.
Listen, and fashion is your passion, because, baby,
it definitely is.
Listen, she got this green on with this red. She said I wanted red hair because I wanted to look like what?
Poison ivy.
Okay.
Because you got to understand, when you love fashion as much as I do, it's a total package. Your hair, your outfit, your accessories, everything has to come. You can put on a basic black dress, honey, and you can put it on. I can put the same black dress on with you, but it's how you accessorize that dress. So because it's the springtime and we're coming into the spring and summer, I wanted to do some things that some women pretty much don't do right now if you're plus size. So many stigmas are attached to us. Mm-hmm. We can't wear this, we can't wear that. So just let me tell you, honey, right now I have a green palazzo pants, high-waisted bottom on with a crop top and a matching green snakeskin
I was just about to say,
it is all about the accessories, honey. Earrings, rings, bracelets. You can take something so basic and make it extraordinary. And that's what fashion is about. It is not about having Gucci, Louis. It is none of that. None of those name brands make fashion. Fashion is you. You wear the outfit. The outfit should never be wearing you, sweetheart.
But listen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, most of my stuff comes off the clearance rack. Mm-hmm. But baby, I don't spend all that type of. They come off the clearance rack, baby. And thrifting. Listen,
hello, Jesus.
Thrifting. I don't know
why
people think that big girls cannot go to Goodwill. Baby, just because you see it on the rack, how it look on the rack is not how it looks on you. You gotta put that on and maybe put a little belt on it, or maybe put something on it. But you said something earlier that I want you to share, because this is something that I never do, but now I'm going to start doing because you said it. Can you please tell the girls where you got this from and what you did to make it suit you?
Okay, so this is the most important. A lot of people come to me and they be like, Angela, where do you find your fashion at? The same places y'all find it. Y'all, now listen, I don't get no promotion for telling you where I got this outfit from. Today I have on a little two-piece that I got from Fashion Nova. What makes my clothing look so much differently? Okay, it comes in 3 colors. What makes my clothing look so differently is because I have a tailor. I make sure that all of my clothing are tailored to me. Not only that, I make sure that my undergarments are important. Ladies, if you don't have good foundation on, it doesn't matter if you got $1 million outfit on or you got a $5 outfit on. If you don't put good foundation under it, it's going to be a wrap. So there's no way that I could be wearing this crop top today with this high-waisted palazzo pants. So the reason why it looks this way is because I make sure that my pants are always flush to the floor. I make sure that I have the proper undergarments on, that you have the proper bra on. That's all important. You have to understand, as a plus-size woman, you have to get good foundation. But yes, this outfit, I shop at the same stores that y'all pretty much shop at. And thrifting, as she said, you got to be a visionary when you walk into a thrift store. You have to be able to look at fabrics, prints, cuts, and then you have to turn it into you. Sometimes I'll take a blazer, a vintage blazer, go get another fabric, and I'll get it trimmed out on the side and trimmed out on the cuff. And people are like, oh my God, where did you get that from? If you only knew, honey. So it's very important that you, when you go into that you go into it with a visionary. Do not let people tell you what you cannot do. That's the biggest thing. Confidence is key when it comes to fashion.
Do not do what?
Do not let people tell you what you cannot do, honey.
Do not do what?
Let people tell you what you cannot
because
do.
Listen.
You cannot allow people to put you in a box. Life is not about being in a box with a top on it. That is not how life works. When you allow people or society to put you in a box, then that's when you can't walk in confidence. That's when I try to explain this to people. I'm a certified image consultant as well. When there's two type of people that are come in a room. When that door opens, a person is going to acknowledge that the door just opened and somebody walked in the room. Then there's going to be a second person that walks in the room. It's going to be a person that's filled with confidence, because confidence is always the key. You're going to watch that person walk to her seat or walk to his seat. You're going to follow them. It doesn't matter if they weigh 110 pounds or they weigh 410 pounds. It's the fact that they're confident enough that they put themselves together and they owned the room.
Listen.
You understand?
And people, do you know how many times people told me, honey, when you walk in a room, you act like you running the room, because I do.
You're supposed to.
Because I am owning that moment. From the time I open the door to the time I sit in my seat, I'm owning every step I take. I'm owning the moment. The room is mine. Baby, I have a theme song that plays in my head.
What is it?
Everything.
Because I'll tell you mine after that.
Oh, you got what?
Do. It better not be the same.
Listen, because when I get dressed, it's like I be like, ain't nobody don't ask me.
Hey,
I'm just so fresh,
so
clean.
Fresh and so clean.
Look, earring them.
But that's okay.
To that.
So
earring them fell off.
honey,
Listen, we gonna put this sucker right back in.
Hello,
because
Jesus.
This is real TV right here.
Raw realness. So I'm gonna tell you what mine is. RuPaul, work it, girl. Do your twirl. Yes. So when I walk in a room, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like, at a football game on Friday night when there's a piece of paper standing in front of the football players in the field and everybody is waiting to see them. Honey, it's impact. Pow. You walk through the door, it is impact. I'm here and this is what it is. I wish that I had a superpower that I could do just this. And I say this as confident and never, ever, ever self-validated or self-assured. I wish I could can a little bit of my confidence and hand it free of charge to women that suffer with a lack of confidence, a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-awareness, because it's so important. They don't understand. That's the kind of stuff that molds you. That's what helps me to persevere every single solitary day. Because if I wouldn't have that in me right now, I don't know where I would be. I can promise you.
But this is exactly why I do what I do every single morning. This is why I motivate and empower and tell women how amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, fabulous they are every single morning, because I want you to get it in your head. I want my voice to become yours.
That's right.
So that every time you look in that mirror, you're going to be like, bitch, I am flawless.
Yes.
Because you are.
Yes.
Because you are. So let's get into your background just a little bit. So you come from another place that they told plus size girls that they do not belong. You come from the pageant world.
I do.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Pageantry is one of my biggest passions. Pageantry has taught me character, class, and charm. I have been in pageantry forever and a day. I've won several city, state, and national titles. I'm a former Miss Plus Louisiana. I am now, which I'm so excited about, the NAACP, which is a wonderful organization, has made me pageant director of Miss Juneteenth. Our pageant is June the 8th. So I'm looking forward to all our little teen misses and our miss contestants that's going to come. I was also co-director of a plus size pageant. So pageantry is wonderful. I've done every aspect. I've modeled. I've been featured on magazines, in and on covers of magazines. I've done every spectrum. Actually, at this big age of 45, I was just on a magazine not too long ago. So, but I told my partner, I said, I think it's time for me to retire that aspect because I want to pour into more younger women so that they can have the same experience that I've had that has been positivity. But I'll tell you this, I've been in the small world of pageantry, of thin girls. I've competed with girls that's a size 5, and I've competed with girls that's a size 22. Again, it's confidence is key. So I tend to more embrace plus size women because I'm relatable to them. They can look at me and they can see example of. However, confidence is confidence, but pageantry is definitely, honey, something that I will never, ever get away from. I love it. I'm a pageant coach. I still judge. And like I said, right now, I'm currently Juneteenth's pageant director, which is a scholarship pageant. So all of our little girls who win in the area will go on to a pageant in Washington, D.C. that allows you to get a scholarship. So knowledge is power if applied. So anything that I can pour into young girls to make sure that they can get to the next level is important to me. I find that today that so many young girls don't know how to be young ladies. And that also comes along with the way that they carry themselves and they dress. So it's imperative to me to be able to pour into these little girls. So when I get this pageant, when I start with the delegates that we have that's coming up for the up and coming pageant that's on June the 8th, I just want to pour into them. I want to tell them how beautiful, how great, how intelligent you are, because before beauty, that intelligence has to show. Being a beauty queen is a full package. It's not just the way that you look. You have to be able to articulate. Pageant queens are some of the smartest young women that you will ever meet. You don't understand what happens in the back. They have to study. They have to practice. They have to be Johnny on the spot at all times. So definitely, I have embarked on all the journeys of what plus size women look like in pageantry and modeling, and just on my day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day, honey, if I see you and you need some encouragement or you need to be empowered, come on here, sit right here by me. Come on and take you a seat. Let me tell you something. This is one of the things that I live by. I don't have any children, so leaving a legacy is important to me. And I tell people all the time, it's not my alpha or my omega that's going to be on my tombstone. It's what I do in that dash. Yes. And if my life or your life does not encourage, inspire, or push somebody for greatness, then what you doing? Girl, what are you doing? You better speak. What are you doing? True. Because, and it's not about just having a fan club, or it's doing what's God's will. I wake up every day and I ask God to download in me the things that he want me to do for this day. So I don't know. It's not me. It's all of God. So sometimes when people be like, well, Angela, you're such a good person. It's not me. I can't take the credit, baby. It's God. Because if it wouldn't be for God's grace and mercy, there is no way I can be where I'm at today. Because, honey,
girl, I would not be sitting here right now. I would not be sitting in this seat with this mic right here and sitting in these chairs in front of this wall.
Yes.
Girl, listen.
Yes.
I would not be anywhere near who I am if it was not for God that guided me here. And
His grace.
Had to walk out on faith and know that this is my purpose. This is where I belong. So I heard you say that you were a model. Do you know how many plus size girls think that that's something that they cannot be? Do you know how many plus size women have been told that, because you are a certain size, that's something that you can't be? You're not sexy enough. You don't fit the mold. You don't look like this. So you're not model material.
And that's so cliche when people say that, because actually, if we went into the stereotypics of what models look like, even plus size models, I'm not even 5'8", but if I put some heels on, I will be. Okay. However, again, I think it's my presence, my drive, and my perseverance to have what it is that I want, I desire. So I'll definitely say it has been really easy for me to get into that industry. I don't know if it's just my little bubbly personality or whatever, but it's been very easy to get into that, to get into modeling. And it could be because of pageantry and what have you, but I've had no problems. I've only had, great experiences. I was in Fearless Curves magazine and voted top shelf BBW. So I've been in several magazines and several, avenues, I guess you would say, that has to do with modeling. I've had no problem. And again, I'm not 5'8". I'm all of 5'3", 5'4". But baby, if I put them heels on, it's trouble.
So how did you learn how? Because it took me a while. It took me a very, very, very long time to learn how to dress for my body and not let the clothes make me, but me make the clothes. So how did you learn? Because I know a lot of women are probably like, okay, well, how did she learn how to be this?
Okay,
like how did she learn?
So I'll say this:
how to dress like this.
First of all, because fashion was my passion. First of all, so I've always looked at fabrics, colors, prints, patterns. I've never been afraid to like stand out. So in 2020, every year I tried to do something to, I guess, what's the right word I want to say? Like I try not to be stagnant. So every year I tried to do something to improve myself. So in 2020, when COVID was embarking on coming, I took this class with Kate Taylor School of Style, and I became a certified stylist, personal stylist. And then I also took this thing, it's all to come to this, by IAP, which is a certified image consultant, which pulled everything together, all my knowledge that I've just learned just from dressing and watching, watching other styles and fashions, trying to find out what worked well with me. Because plus size women come in different sizes, curvy, yes, pear-shaped. Some of us, we have a little bit of extra around our tummy, like they like to call fupas. So I had to learn what would be best to work for different body styles.
With me, is hips and thigh, because this, my like torso is like small, but it's this, it's right here.
So you have to learn what works best with that. What pants, like, everybody's not made to wear skinny jeans. Everybody's not made to wear palazzo pants. It just depends on your body style. And as a certified stylist, like I can look at you and I can tell you what I think that you need to wear, what kind of undergarments that you need to wear so that this outfit would fit you appropriately. So after I put all of those aspects together, I started this business called Glamorous Sass. I was so blessed. It was my baby. I nurtured it. And I did not, when I took those classes, I didn't know, like, what are you going to do with them, Angela? But I just knew that I enjoyed it so much. So I just wanted to educate myself more with it. So I started this business called Glamorous Sass. Do you know, my very first day of launching, I made over $700. This lady who was running for office, she came to me because she had to be on the news. Her and her entire family had to be on the news. And I went in, I dressed her entire family. And from that point, Glamorous Sass took a running sprint. I've had I can say her name, Miss Raven. Miss Raven is a author. She also is the owner of Inspire Today magazine. I was on the cover of her magazine. Her billboard was in New York. I went and dressed her and styled her, did all the aspects. I've had some really, really amazing clients. I've had some high-end clients. I've had, and the thing about fashion I've learned with this whole business with Glamorous Sass, sometimes I've had clients that gave me $150 and said, Angela, go shop for me. And they can come back with 6 outfits and they're like, how did you do that?
Well, baby, how
did you do that? Yeah, how did you do that? So,
I'm gonna have to give you some.
Yeah, so I
just and say go and shop for me because listen.
So I studied the craft and I study women's bodies and I study shapes and sizes. I don't only style women, I also style men. So I do both. I style men and women. So I just love to see people happy. And I'm gonna tell you something else as I do in my business. It's called a closet audit. I find that so many women, for instance, I have a lot of school educators, like school teachers. Mm-hmm. I find that women forget to be wives, and they just are workers. They wear they got 5 pairs of the same black pants in their closet, and they wear 10.
Get out my business.
And they wear those same black pants.
Get out my business.
They wear those same black pants to church, to dinner with their spouse. Their baby could have just, they could have a brand new baby and she could have just spit it up on, they wipe it off and they still go. I go into your closet and I find things. I get those pants out of there. Get out of there. And then you know what I do to that woman? Yes. I do to that woman. And something as simple as, girl, let me tell you what I do for these women. Because you have to remember.
Why is she in my business?
I'm in your closet, girl. Call me to your closet.
No, because now I'm ashamed.
Yes, but let me tell you what I do. I go in there and I take those 5, 6, 10 pants, the same color pants or the same color sizes. And you know what I do? I go get you a skinny leopard belt. I go get you a white shirt. I go get you a colored shoe. And it ain't going to be red or pink because that's just trivial. I'm going to go get you a green. I'm going to go get you a cobalt blue and I'm going to change that outfit like that. I'm going to go get you a different fragrance that on Saturday night when you go out with your husband or your wife that you spray on you. And so everything looks different. So in my business, I look at a total package. And so some women just don't know how to embrace or enhance the areas you have. Listen, if legs are your good feature, we're going to show your legs and we're going to get you a strap up heel. And if you can't wear a spike heel, I'm going to get you a chunky heel. There's so many different heels. I can't
wear heels, y'all.
Yes, and listen, some of the sexiest shoes come in all heels. They come in block heels, they come in chunky heels, they come in spike heels. You just have to find the heel that works best for you and for your size. So,
cause we were just talking about like how you wear stuff makes a difference. I'm about to show you right now. I'm about to show you because y'all gonna be like, what
just happened?
Now this is a cute little jumper. This is how it's supposed to be. Okay,
intended.
This is how the jumper was intended to be worn, okay?
That's right.
But it doesn't do anything for me. I just kind of look blah. But my neck, especially since I done lost a little weight.
Yes,
and I
yes.
have a little neck action with a little collarbone action. But my like all this area here, I think is one of my sexiest features. So therefore, I'm going to put it down just a little bit.
And you accentuate the areas that work best for you.
I'm going to wear these big earrings because it's going to elongate my neck. And you're going to see it. And it's all going to go together. If I could get them back in here. Because
that's how they do. They have minds of their own, honey.
I know. See, I was trying to show the people. They're going to have to edit.
But the simplest changes to an outfit will make the biggest difference. The biggest difference. So you just have to get out of, sometimes you have to step out of your norm. If your norm is just, if you wear the same style of outfit, you have to have some pizzazz at some time. Every woman needs to have a little black dress in their closet. You have got to have, that little black dress can take you several places. It can take you to dinner. It can take you to church. It depends upon the length and the fit. You have to, there's some things in your closet that you just have to have. Right now, I would say in this season, you need to have a good pair of distressed jeans, a little bit of rip, a basic black blazer. You need to have a white long sleeve shirt that you can cuff up, that you can tie up.
Well, I have that.
You need all those things. You need cute accessories and handbags. Handbags and shoes, honey, will change the game of any outfit. Okay. I don't care what you're wearing. And listen, stop going think y'all got to go get a Gucci bag. And listen, that's no shade. If you want to wear Gucci, you want to wear all that. Child, I would go right ahead and do it. I'm not saying that I don't have them. But I would rather go buy 15 of these in different colors and make my outfits pop. So it's very important that you're not afraid.
Where did this bag come from?
This little beauty came right from the Amazon. Boop. So there's so many stores that you can go and buy cute handbags, cute accessories. And if that's all you have as plus size women, like if you don't have the money to have a tailor, my tailor, which is amazing, her name is Miss Cookie. If you don't have the finances to have a tailor, because I know that's not affordable for everybody, that's a luxury, then you need to buy things that accentuate. I know all kind of tricks of the trade to make your, if you have a dress that's too big, a shirt that's too big, anything like this, honey, it is the quickest hack to fix it. What? You take a rubber band, turn your shirt inside out, rubber band the inside, it quickly accentuates your waist. So I wish I had a shirt to show you, but that's all you do. There's so many things that you can.
Does it work on any types?
It works on any types of fabric. You turn your outfit inside out, you pull it, and you tie a rubber band around it, which will accentuate. Mm-hmm. When you turn it back over, they'll never know. It'll just look like you got a gather in the back, and it'll give you an instant waistline. Also, ladies ask me all the time, how do I wear plunging necklines? If you're, a heavy busted woman,
yes.
How do you wear plunging necklines, strapless outfits? What kind of bras do you get? XYZ.
Yes.
Let me teach y'all.
Bras are big, because I have a heavy breast.
Yes.
And I cannot wear strapless.
Okay, and I wear strapless. You've seen me in strapless. I came in an evening gown and strapless. So I buy, I have this lady that's here locally in Lafayette. She makes custom bras. Also, if that's not affordable for you, you can go to Lane Bryant. Lane Bryant's have really good like strapless bras. But this is the secret, ladies. You have to use, I use Elmer spray adhesive glue. No, it's not for clothing. But let me just tell you, I've been doing it for years and years and years in pageantry. I spray.
What does that do?
It's better than two-way tape. You spray it and you fasten your bra or your dress to you. You will never see me at an event tugging or pulling on any evening gown of mine. I glue my evening gown and my bra.
So
you spray, you pull it off, you spray it onto your skin, and then you flash it, like you push the fabric to you, and it's gonna stick. Whatever it is, your bra, your dress, whatever. If you have something that falls off the shoulder, just not too long ago, I wore a jumpsuit. My partner had taken me to dinner in New Orleans, and I wore a jumpsuit, and it was only, like it just came clear across just right here. This arm was totally exposed. And you just spray glue, and then you just fasten it to you, and it stays. It will never, ever move. The greatest hack. If you're heavy busted, two-way tape is not going to work. Get that out of your mind.
No, because listen, girl.
Get it out your mind.
Listen.
Out your mind.
I went to an event and I wanted to wear this dress. I wanted to wear it, and I was like, okay, I'm let me do the little tape or whatever. So when I first did it, girl,
they was up.
The girls was like,
but don't sweat,
girl. The night came.
Don't do it.
By the end of the night, it was.
So I'm going to tell you, ladies, 3 places that you can find good undergarments. You probably wouldn't even think about this.
Please tell me.
The Avenue has this brand called City Chic.
Okay.
There's a full to the knee body shaper, and it's plunging. Again, I get no promotion for these, but it's a body shaper and it plunges. That is very good. So the Avenue City Chic brand, y'all sleeping on them, honey. Hello. Also, Curvaceous Boutique has a long line. They have one that comes to the knee, and then they have one that comes to the ankle for shapewear. My best shapewear, because it's made for us. Okay. And when I say us, that's all women that might have a large backside, might have big hips, might have a larger thigh. It's called Shape Lux. Honey, you put Shape Lux on, honey, you done lost an instant 30 pounds. That waist is like, woo, really? And you are smooth. It's called Shape Lux. It is the best of the best.
So we will drop all these
links
in this podcast. We are going to drop all these links, honey, because I know they're like, y'all probably like, what she said? What she said? So we gonna drop.
It's important
because
you have to hold that all together. So then once you have good foundation, you can wear pencil skirts, you can wear jumpsuits that's seamless. You can wear. There's so many different things that you can wear if you just have the best. Have a better undergarment.
So what about women that's like, oh, that's nice, but I don't feel comfortable
in that
wearing undergarments because I don't want to feel
constricted.
So what do I do then?
Okay, so then you need to wear a different type of clothes. For instance, if you don't want to wear undergarments, the best thing for women who have like a lot of tummy fat or like what we call a fupa is to wear something that has ruching around your waistline. Ruching hides. It instantly takes that away.
It does.
You can't wear, if that's your problem area, if the area that we want to, a lot of us me, honey, I'm a diva. I want to wear high-waisted XYZ. So if those kind of outfits you would stray away from, or you would wear a palazzo pants that's more flare, that isn't form-fitting around your tummy area. Any area that you don't like, do not wear nothing that's form-fitting to it if you don't want to put some kind of like body armor on, undergarments or what have you. You're going to have to wear a looser garment. And that's what I would say. But definitely, if it's a dress, always make sure that it has ruching. Never like a flat front, because a flat front will show everything.
Yes.
Everything. And let me tell you something. If you don't like just like a really tight shapewear, there's some that's lightweight. So maybe start on something that's lightweight. Now, I do have another hack. But I don't know. Okay, so there is like the 2-way tape that they try. Like it's about this wide that you can pick your breasts up with. If you have a fupa, you can tape from the bottom, pull it up all the way to the top, and then put a lightweight girdle on it. Honey, you no longer have one. It's gone. Boop. Instantly. Tummy tuck. Instantly. So some of the simplest things, listen, it takes a little more effort for us sometimes, occasionally.
My face because
yes, that's all you got to pull it up. Like anything else, pull that up, tape that up, and keep moving.
Girl, watch me go by all the tape.
Please pull it up, and that's right, that's right. And you're gonna be just fine. I promise you.
So okay, so I know that everybody's asking this because they always ask me, was I always this self-confident? Were you always growing up? Like, were you always this? Or did you have those moments where I don't really like my body? Like, I didn't really like being plus size. Like, I didn't like the body I was in. And how did you adjust to that?
Okay. So I can honestly say I've had more times that I've loved just being me than I haven't loved being me. And I can tell you the only one time that I can vividly remember not loving myself being plus size, actually 2, is and this is so crazy, but these are the kind of like things that happen to us that people may not know. I had went to get life insurance. Well, let me just say this. As a child, I loved being me. It was just fine. Listen, all my little cousins would get Easter dresses that had a waistline, and mine was a tent. I would just spin around. I was at my grandmother's. I would just spin around, and my dress would just go just a lot higher than theirs. So I really didn't have a problem with that because I wasn't going to allow you to take something from me that I wasn't willing to give you. Wasn't going to tell me that I wasn't pretty because I was heavy set. Lies. Okay.
From the book.
Lies.
Big book of lies.
So when I really realized that there is some bad stigmas with being plus size is when I applied for life insurance, and I was denied because I was quote unquote obese. And I thought to myself, girl, wait a minute, I'm not 600 pounds or greater. What are you talking about? But because I was denied by that, it put me in a headspace like, oh my God.
Do you know how many times
oh my God.
I have been told not only was I obese, baby, I've been told I was morbidly
obese. Look at me, I want to say your mama is. I said no. Girl, and so that
I was like,
yes.
I need to go on 600 pounds.
Yes. So, and it's words like that. And if we wasn't strong enough, that would have really put us in like a really bad headspace. And for health, the only time that my weight really bothers me is with health reasons. Because, unlike there's people that weigh 110 pounds that have high blood pressure, but mine is most of the time induced by...
Please say that one.
Yes.
Because people sweat hard.
Because you're plus size.
Because we are plus size, we have all
diabetes.
That we got a bad heart, and that we got all kind of stuff because we plus. Shut up.
It's not accurate.
Because baby, my doctor tells me that besides these knees, bill of health.
That's right.
Because
hello.
I just like
and
food.
Then some things are genetic. Some things are just genetic, and you can't outrun those. You can't outrun that.
These hips.
Yes.
These hips and thighs.
And you can't outrun that. But only when it's like health reasons or something like that. So I can say I've been blessed not to ever let like this size like stand in the way. I've had no problems with dating. I've had no problems with like, how some children are bullied in school. I have no problems with that. I've not, and I think and I just thank God that I've always had a light. And so, I haven't, not that I could really say other than feeling discriminated against for a life insurance policy, something that is, come on now.
See, I was a total opposite. Mm-hmm. And I was bullied and all that. And I didn't know that I was a light because people told me that I wasn't, but now I realize the reason that y'all told me that I wasn't, when I realized that, baby, it is a flex to be me. They didn't want me to know who I was, because if I would have tapped into my power back then, if I would have tapped into
it would have been trouble
back then.
Okay.
If they would have, girl, listen, because even the earrings know. That's why they fell off. Baby, listen. If I
when we were in our quote unquote prime.
If I would have tapped into who I was back then and known my worth back then,
God. Life would be different.
A lot of y'all men that used to date me or might have been with me, or y'all wouldn't have had a chance, because baby, y'all wouldn't have been at my level. But listen,
let the church say amen.
Okay, because listen,
never.
How many people that we look back over our dating life that we look back over our dating life and be like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, what I really let you climb on me like you really, like, what was I thinking? Like, but I was really crying over you. Like, I was really in full tears over you.
But thank God for being awoke.
Oh,
you know,
eyes wide open.
I tell people all the time, just because you have history don't mean that you have future. And I will tell you this, different levels bring different devils. And sometimes the devil can be the mere person that lays next to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be an enemy in the street. So once you identify those things, you done won. Let me tell you something. The things that you might have tolerated before will not be the things that you tolerate today.
When you know your worth.
Today. And in a, like, when you get in a season of greatness, when it's time for you to walk in your destiny and for what God has for you purely, people fall off without you even saying anything. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I want my positivity to be so offensive to negative people. I want you not to even be able to sit on side of me or come near me. I want you. I need those things from you. You understand me? So, when you identify those things, and I'm gonna tell you something. You said something just earlier that I wanna kind of iterate on. You said, if I would have been this person a long time ago, it wasn't your time.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes you have to detach from things that's holding you back. God couldn't have blessed you. He couldn't have blessed you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, because you wasn't ready. You still had dirt in your eyes, figuratively speaking. That's what my mama liked to say. Yeah, and you had trash in your eyes. So when you at this season right here, things just start to happen. And you like, God, like what? And I'm a firm believer that, baby, favor ain't fair, but it's just. It's just when you have done the things that you're supposed to do, when you have been good to people, when people was bad to you.
Do you understand?
When you let God be your vindicator and it's not you. Let me tell you what I walk with today. Honey, my greatest revenge is my success. Leveling up is what I do in this season. Anything other than that, I'm not interested in. You understand? My light will never be dim to let yours, or anybody else's shine. We all have our own avenue.
Come on.
When I tell you, you have to, I'm so thankful. Even in the midst of the storms of life that I've had, I'm glad that God didn't bless me like he blessed me today back then, because I wouldn't appreciate it and it wouldn't have panned out.
To handle it.
Here I am today. It's nothing but God's grace and mercy that has me here. It is none of me. God blessed me in my brokenness. God blessed me in my brokenness.
Speak on it, please.
Let me just tell you something. A lot of times people see my life today. It's glamorous. I drive fancy cars, just built a new house. I travel the world. I do all of this. But let me tell you what was in the background, how I got here. Because see, people have to be relatable to you. And so oftentimes people like to say, boy, I wish I had your life. It must be nice to have you. But this is what I want to tell them.
People want your life, but not your struggle.
Let me just
Girl.
Because I don't think the world understands what these struggles look like, because I make it look so good. I know what it feels like to be homeless. I know what it feels like to be financially and emotionally bankrupt. I know what it feels like to live in the NSF protection. I know what it feels like to be physically abused. I know all of these things. I know how all of that feel. But what I can tell you is, don't nobody see that. You know why they don't see that? Because I'm resilient. because I trust God. And today, all of that is what molded me to who I am today. Amen, so today, because I stood on God's word and I persevered, here I am. Here I am, what everybody see. On my second home. Mm-hmm. I drive a luxury car. Not only, hold on. At one time I didn't even have a car. Okay. I got 2 cars. I have 2 cars. That's not to brag, but that's to show you how God's grace and mercy. When you continue doing good and doing right by people and doing what you're supposed to do, that's how you get here. I give myself 48 hours of grace. I don't care what life throws me. You get 48 hours of grace. If you got to cry, be mad, baby, whatever, you don't stay in there, because the devil has a way of taking you to a dark place if you allow. That ain't happening here, sweetheart. So because what I do, I persevere. You have to get up. And I think the thing about people, they don't realize that you got to get up. You cannot let life you forever.
I love to fail. In fact, I encourage it because that is how I learn. But when I fall, every time I fall, I make sure that I fall on my back. Why? Because if I can look up,
I can grab on the God. It's over.
I can get up.
That's it.
If I can look up, I can get up. So yes, I'm going to fall. I know this.
We're destined. This is how life is. But it's to know how to get up.
But when I fall, I make sure I do that quick little turn so I can fall on my back, because if I can look up, then baby, I can get up.
I can get up.
I can get up. And we always get up.
And we always get up. So when I sit back in retrospect, in my new house, I was walking in my house the other day and I just looked around and I just wanted to cry, because I was like, God, when I tell you faithful to your promises, you know, when I got my first house, it was a little 1,500 square foot house. It was really nice. And you know, my weakest thing is the spirit of detachment. And I pray every day, because sometimes we stay attached to things too long, and that's what holds us back from our greatest destiny. So when I shook this old house, I was so like, God, did I make the right decision? You gave me this house. Am I not being obedient? Am I being greedy? Let me tell you what God did for me. He gave me double for my troubles. I would have never imagined I would be sitting in a 2,500 square foot house, gas and electric. I look around, honey, it's every bit of little luxury that I thought that I could never. I'm big on being a generational curse breaker, having generational wealth. I know what it is not to have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. You understand me? And I lived it and I walked it. So if people look at me today and I inspire you, I want to just be relatable. I want them to understand that life ain't ever been easy. But if you want to know the matrix to get to it, come sit with me. You got to persevere. First, before persevering, you got to trust God. You got to invite him to anything that you're about to do. And then you got to persevere. Millionaires don't rest until they're millionaires. Okay? You have to get it. You have to get it in the mud like anybody else. So yeah, now I'm here. Listen. And I'm going to tell you something else, my friend. When people are trying to soul search and get to where they need to, I did this thing for myself. It was called transformation and isolation. For a year, I stayed by myself. I traveled the world. You've seen it. Mm-hmm. I traveled out. I took myself on vacations by myself. Because I had to find out what was just so special about me that people just wanted to be around me. People just wanted my energy. I had to find out, can you sit by yourself and just love yourself by yourself? Can you just pour into you by yourself? How many
times have I said? And sometimes you have to find yourself
by yourself.
By yourself. You can't have anybody with you.
You can't.
And you can't look for healing in other people because they are sick themselves.
That's right. That's right. And so it all has to be, you have to do that for yourself. And, because I did all that transformation and isolation, again, I failed just like everybody else. But now I feel blessed. I have, my life is going where it needs to be. My businesses are good. I have multiple businesses. I have an amazing career that's rewarding. I'm a registered respiratory therapist by trade. That's my career. I have a partner that is my ultimate calm in my storm. When I tell you I am beyond blessed, I don't know how my partner juggles the things, but she does. She's working on her master's, still manages to take care of me and XYZ. Life is just good. And what I love more so that she understands the person that I am. She understands that I'm driven, that I'm focused. I don't have alpha energy. I'm not an alpha female. I'm not a boss. A lot of people like to call me that, but all I want to call myself is a generational curse breaker. I want to make sure that my life encourages my family, encourages somebody that I just might be sitting by. I don't necessarily need those titles to feel validated. I just go so hard for me because I know what it is not to have. And I pray and ask God, if you get me out of these situations, I will never go back.
So you said that you have a partner that does all these wonderful things for you.
Mm-hmm. Feeds my soul.
There was a time in my life where I felt that I wasn't worth all of that because of my size. And a lot of women that are my size think that the only thing that they have to offer people because of their low self-esteem is their body. And sometimes we put ourselves on clearance because we feel like people cannot afford us, so we kind of budget ourselves so that we can accommodate them.
Yes.
Was there ever a time in your life where you felt like you had to put yourself on clearance because of your size?
I'll necessarily not say my size, but I'll say that I have done that before. But and coming out of that, and that's when you're emotionally bankrupt, and you got to identify that. When you're doing things like that, when women or even men are like not knowing their self-worth and putting themselves quote unquote on clearance, and having to do things that's unladylike or what have you. I've done that just because I'm a person that likes to save people. So I will stay in a situation that gives me no value or isn't benefiting me, but more benefiting you, so that you can smile and so that you'll be okay. And I had to find that when I did that transformation in isolation, I had to take care of me. So I'll say that I now set an algorithm for what I attract.
Okay.
I attract confidence. I attract educated people. I attract mindsets. I attract equally yoked. Because of the algorithm that I set. Some people might say that my standards are too high, but hey, what's high to you may not be, what I don't, when I ask.
Supposed to set a high standard for
you're supposed
your life.
to, but some people don't think that they can have those things. Let me tell you what I asked God when I was ready to really get into something. I asked God to help me to love blindly. Help me not to see a face, a color, anything, but help me to see things that were immaterial, things that were inside, like loyalty, trust, respect. Listen, let me take my burdens off your shoulders and let you hold them for a little while. So the qualities that I looked for in a partner this time were totally different than what I looked for in my past. Because in my past, I just wanted to fix broken pieces of people. And I held on to people because I thought that I could fix you or I could help you. When it was over my head.
Please get out my business, because that was me.
I realized that I'm not God, and only God can fix those things. You got to cry out to God and ask God to fix you. None of us are perfect by any stretch of imagination. But when you can identify this is what you was doing, you got to move away, because you ain't never gonna get to the next level. You never gonna get blessed. You never gonna get into this season that they say we just keep winning. You can't win when you attach to things that's not winning. Let me tell you something. If you're not in the right energies or spaces, you can be at the finish line, and a person that's not right can take you all the way back to start.
Girl, listen.
So if
many times it was like Mortal Kombat, get over here. And
that's right. So, but you have to identify that.
Girl.
And I think as women, sometimes we have to just sit down and wait. Because see, what I'm never going to be is this. See, when you have low self-esteem, you make yourself something called a lapdog. Let me explain to you what a lapdog is. A lapdog is when you need somebody so bad that you got to look up at them and you got to say, can I bark? Can I eat? Can I get down? I'm going to do whatever you say if you just keep me.
Listen.
See, I was born a lady and not a dog. And once I realized that my worth was not determined in another person, that I'm who I am, I'm solely who I am, then that's it. Listen, nothing else, nothing matter. Honey, I wake up every day with peace, with confidence, with grace. I wake up in the mindset I can, I will, and I deserve.
And don't it feel good?
It does.
Don't it feel good?
And when you have a partner that exhibits those same characteristics, it makes life so much better. Because you see, I can't thrive in chaos. My mind isn't clear. It doesn't give me get to the next level, or what people like to say, my boss energy. I can't do that in chaos. I can only do that in calmness. So you have to set your atmosphere and you have to set your algorithm. My partner I never looked for. I promise you. I never looked for. It happened so unexpectedly. My partner was actually my good friend. We would laugh and talk, have such a fabulous time together. And then all of a sudden, here we are. And I couldn't have ask for anything better. Like it's just good. Like we laugh just like we two children. Just laugh, 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 laugh. We dance in the house. And you know the funniest thing is that when I was in my apartment while I was building my house, we used to dance in the bin. Like when I'd have like really bad days, she would say, just come dance with me. Now, she's not from here, so I teach her how to swing out. Mm-hmm. So we swing out. So now we got the big house. Whew! We're going to swing out all through the kitchen, through the living room, to the formal dining. So life is just
But you
good.
didn't have to go look.
Oh, no.
You didn't have to go looking for it, because oftentimes that's what we
don't
do.
Look for that.
We go looking for love because we feel like love is not going to find us.
No, don't. And I think, again, you have to then, and that's when as a woman, you have to stop and soul search. And you have to find out what it is that you want. You have to find out about you. And we say this all the time about loving yourself and what self-care is. Listen, ladies, self-care is not getting your nails and your hair done. That's maintenance. Self-care is that you allot 30 minutes or an hour a day. I don't care if it's just going to sit in your jacuzzi, sitting on your patio, having a glass of wine, doing something that only glorifies you and makes you feel good, something that relaxes you and takes you to your place of peace. So self-care is never, I want, when I see women say that, just self-care, that's maintenance. There's a big difference. So, celebrating yourself, and you don't have to have $1 million and gotta, fly yourself to Europe.
No.
Just do something that, if you like art, I like art. Go on Friday nights when there's art walk downtown. Go look at art. There's so many things that you can do for yourself that would make yourself feel better. But I think it all starts with you. If you don't start loving yourself, listen, people will only treat you like you allow them. People ain't gonna do nothing to you that you don't allow. If you let somebody dog walk you, then that's what's gonna happen. Do it. I do it.
Then that is exactly what they're gonna do.
Because every lesson can become a blessing. Maybe if they dog walk you long enough, you'll realize that you don't deserve that, and you'll stand up. Now, when you stand up, they're gonna lose their mind.
Of course,
they're gonna lose their mind. But it's necessary in life to get to the next level. It's necessary, and people have to learn the spirit of detachment and know the word no and detachment. Baby, your life will prosper.
If you can tell any girl that is going through body image right now, if you can tell any woman watching that is going through body image right now, that feels like they don't deserve to have certain things, that feel like they can't look like you, they would want to, but they can't because they feel like they don't know how. What would you tell this girl or this woman? Because I say it to y'all all the time, but sometimes just like my children do, mama can say it, but you need to hear it from somebody else. What would you tell them?
First, I would tell you that beauty comes from the inside and radiates out. That's first and foremost. You have to be beautiful in the inside before you can be beautiful on the outside. It doesn't matter. There's women that you can put on the best outfit that you can, but be broken in the inside and so ugly and so hurt. It will never shine. So you have to fix this house that's in the inside. You got to fix this in the inside before you can ever fix anything on the outside. And listen, there's so many things that women can get involved in. There's empowerment seminars. There's, get into circles. Like, let me tell you about that. That's your first thing. That's another thing that's a big factor that holds us back. If you're in a circle that doesn't encourage you or doesn't inspire you or tell you, you look so pretty today, like that's free. Like if they don't pour into you and they're always like, yeah, maybe you should lose weight or maybe you shouldn't wear that or that doesn't look good on you, XYZ, you need to change your circle because you don't have a circle, you have a cage. Period. You will never get outside of that. So it comes with a mindset. So change your mindset. Start to love yourself. If you have to read, if you even have to seek something like therapy. I mean, if you have to go to a therapist, because not everybody is just wakes up with this like glow. That's not everybody. Everybody's struggles are differently. And if and if you came from, a lot of times post-trauma holds us back from thinking that we're beautiful. Holds us back from thinking that we're confident. Because, in a lot of families, a lot of women have been molested or raped or XYZ. So you don't feel as beautiful because something that was so special has been taken away from you. So instantly your confidence has been gone. So I would definitely say heal post-trauma, that little girl inside of you. realize that beauty comes from the inside and radiates out. If you need to, seek therapy or something of that sort. But definitely write affirmations and put them on the mirror. And when you look in the mirror, that's why I got this wall. When you look in the mirror, tell yourself that. Look at your reflection
out loud,
and tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am strong. I am resilient. I am a child of God. I deserve this. I deserve this life. Start speaking positivity into self. Listen and fill your cup. Overrun your cup. So when life hits you, or you get to a point that you've gained 30 pounds and you feel like I'm too fat, or I feel ugly, or somebody's done something to just knock your self-esteem down, make sure that your cup is overflowing, so that when your cup starts to empty or starts to pull back, that you got some reserve in it. You got extra. You got extra. But just make sure that your circle that you're around, first and foremost, is a loving circle. It's a godly circle. It's a circle that embraces you. It's all about that. It's about mindset purely.
I love it. I love it. So we're going to do one more little fun activity.
Tell me what it is.
Before we close, so we about to have a quickie. Right.
What kind of, how that goes?
Because we love quickies when it's good.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, the first thing that comes to, don't even think. Okay. The first thing that comes to your mind. What was the last movie that you watched?
Golden Girls.
If you can, what was
Color Purple.
What was the last series or this a TV show that you can binge watch at any time?
Love After Lockup.
Girl, yeah. I don't have no drama in my life, so I like to watch it. Yeah, I just watch it. Girl, listen. Okay.
Yep, I like to watch it.
Okay, so if you can have any celebrity in your bed, who would it be?
Woo!
Come on.
Woo!
Come on.
Celebrity.
Come on.
I don't know. That's a hard one. Because I just want my partner. I don't know.
Girl, we all have that
celebrity.
Celeb crush that when we see them, it's like, ooh. You Lady would get hard.
Ooh. Let me see, girl. There is
come on,
Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates.
But I just couldn't take when he's spitting that girl mouth. Oh,
hello, Jesus.
That's another podcast. That's another podcast episode. Wait a minute, you like that?
I love Kevin Gates. Who as classy as a lady, honey. Kevin Gates.
Oh my! You learn something new every day.
You do.
See? But cause I like the whole choke and hair pull,
foolishness. Foolishness.
Girl. Okay, favorite part of your body?
Breast.
Oh yeah. If you would change one thing, what would it be about you?
That I give too many chances.
Ooh. You speaking to the girl. Listen, because I be giving them out Halloween candy.
Don't do it no more.
Trick or treat. Here you go. But I have learned.
Don't do it.
I have learned because
Don't do it. If they show you your hand the first time, believe it.
Because a tiger cannot change its stripes.
People don't change, honey. Only situations do.
And on that note, baby, listen, this has been an amazing episode. I am so glad that you stopped by to show us all your glamorous sass, honey, because I am going and we are going to drop all these links so y'all can get, because baby, I know one thing is my wife about to be mad at me because I'm sure going.
They got a bunch of colors too,
and I'm going to get that. And baby, if you're watching right now, it's her fault. Okay.
Sorry.
So I'm just letting you know that it's not me, it's her, and I love you. So. Y'all, I hope that y'all enjoyed. If you enjoyed what you heard, if you enjoyed what you saw, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Baby, as always, I need you to know that you are everything and everything is you. That sexy has no size chart. And as always, be great in their face. And remember, have a good day on purpose here.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Not mine, cause bitch, you're gorgeous.